6 exercises to get started with Stoicism. 1. The dichotomy of control. The single most important practice in Stoic philosophy is differentiating between what we can change and what we can't, what we have influence over and what we do not. A flight is delayed because of weather. No amount of yelling at an airline representative will end a storm. If you can focus on making clear what parts of your day are within your control and what parts are not, you will not only be happier, you will have a distinct advantage over other people who fail to realize they are fighting an unwinnable battle. 2. Journal. Epictetus the slave, Marcus Aurelius the emperor, Seneca the power broker and playwright. These 3 radically different men led radically different lives, but they seem to have one habit in common: journaling. In Stoicism, the art of journaling is more than some simple diary. This daily practice is the philosophy, preparing for the day ahead, reflecting on the day that has passed, reminding oneself of the wisdom we have learned from our teachers, from our reading, from our own experiences. It's not enough to simply hear these lessons once. Instead, one practices them over and over again, turns them over in their mind, and most importantly, writes them down and feels them flowing through their fingers in doing so. In this way, journaling is Stoicism. It's almost impossible to have one without the other. 3. Practice misfortune. Seneca, who enjoyed great wealth as the advisor of Nero, suggested that we ought to set aside a certain number of days each month to practice poverty. Take a little food, wear your worst clothes, get away from the comfort of your home and bed. Put yourself face to face with want, he said. You'll ask yourself, is this what I used to dread? It's important to remember that this is an exercise and not a rhetorical device. He doesn't mean think about misfortune. He means live it. Comfort is the worst kind of slavery because you're always afraid that something or someone will take it away. But if you cannot just anticipate but practice misfortune, then chance loses its ability to disrupt your life. 4. Train perceptions. The Stoics had an exercise called turning the obstacle upside down. What they meant to do was make it impossible to not practice the art of philosophy. Because if you can properly turn a problem upside down, every bad becomes a new source of good. Suppose for a second that you are trying to help someone and they respond by being surly or unwilling to cooperate. Instead of making your life more difficult, the exercise says, they're actually directing you towards new virtues. For example, patience or understanding. Or the death of someone close to you, a chance to show fortitude. There is no good or bad to the practicing Stoic. There is only perception. You control perception. 5. Take the view from above. Marcus Aurelius would often practice an exercise that is referred to as taking the view from above, or Plato's view. It invites us to take a step back, zoom out and see life from a higher vantage point than our own. This exercise, envisioning all the millions and millions of people, all the armies, farms, weddings and divorces, births and deaths, prompts us to take perspective and remind us how small we are. 6. Memento mori. Meditate on your mortality. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote that you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. That was a personal reminder to continue living a life of virtue now and not wait. Meditating on your mortality is only depressing if you miss the point. The Stoics find this thought invigorating and humbling. It is not surprising that one of Seneca's biographies is titled Dying Every Day. After all, it is Seneca who urged us to tell ourselves, you may not wake up tomorrow, when going to bed, and you may not sleep again, when waking up, as reminders of our mortality. Use those reminders and meditate on them daily. Let them be the building blocks of living your life to the fullest and not wasting a second. Drop a 100 if you read this far. This shows you are part of the 0.01% who actually finish what they start.